Are you ready?
Yes.
It's always painless, right? Okay.
It's always painless. You just like, oh, what's gonna come?
Okay, there's a male figure coming through. Wondering if this is your husband's. I'm getting a grandfather figure coming in. He just feels so warm, but also very masculine and also very straightforward about things. I feel like he's not much of a bullshitter. He'll give it to you straight, but he also has a very soft side and is very loving and very caring. But he keeps pointing at a watch and he keeps showing me what looks like a jacket of some kind, maybe a leather jacket, maybe it's something that he wore all the time. But he's making reference to both the watch and then this jacket. Does do you know if CJ owns? I know he has a watch of somebody's and I cannot remember whose. And
His
that's
grandpa.
grandpa, right?
It was this, yeah, special grandpa thing. Yep.
Does he also have a jacket of his?
No, but I have one of his dad's.
Okay. They want to talk about you. They always want to talk about you. They just showed me this beautiful glowing light around you, and it feels so warm and so exciting and so good. And I can feel your heart is so open, and it's just this beautiful, like, radiation. They're talking about how much your vibration has rose. It almost feels astronomical. They're saying it's a snowball effect. It has been so quick. It has rolled so quick. It's like quantum leaps. Astronomical is the word that I keep hearing. It's just like you cannot believe how far you have come in such a short amount of time. This is incredible. Look at the growth that you've had. Where's the connection with flowers and you?
I've been doing flower essence practitioner training.
Yay, it's fabulous. I just keep seeing flowers and they're saying flowers, 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 flowers. And I don't know if you feel this, but when you think about witches or women back in the old days, I always think about herbs and I think about flowers and I think about like gathering nutrients from our gardens and using it as medicine. And that's kind of what they're making me feel like. And I don't know if they're trying to place like the flowers with medicine, which would make sense with the flower essence. But it feels like more than that. I feel like you might be pulling from some old roots, and I'm talking past life roots, um, in that area of maybe practicing herbalism in the past. Have you been interested in herbalism in at yeah, okay, because they keep showing me jars of herbs. Yeah.
So I did an Akashic Records like meditation in a Reiki share, and I seen a past life where I was put to death because I was practicing with herbs and somebody I love told on me pretty much.
Wow, what a betrayal. Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
They said you received a past life healing, but they do make me feel like that was so needed for you at the time because you had to almost heal those wounds around herbalism and around like trusting your instincts with herbalism so you can move forward on your path. I do see that you're going to continue to work with this stuff and that they're going to the future. I hate it when they go into the future because the future is always changing. It always makes me so uncomfortable. Okay. But they make me feel like you're going to continue to go forward with this and it's going to grow and it's going to blossom into so much more in the future, but they're not letting me see more than that. They're showing me, and I don't know if you have interest in this, but they're showing me you having like a private practice of your own. And I see the vision that I'm getting is seeing you in a small shop with herbs and working with the herbs with people, and then also doing some sort of touching or it's not right. It must be the somatic stuff because it feels like releasing of trauma. Releasing of trauma is what I keep seeing. There's a female figure. She feels very warm, very motherly. She makes me feel like she passed of something that felt systemic. So it could have been something that spread throughout her body or an illness that spread throughout her body. Does that make sense to you?
Hmm.
I also feel like somebody took care of her towards the end of her life. I'm seeing images of being in the hospital a lot. I'm also seeing tubes in her nose. That's always just my symbol for it was kind of a warning that she was going to be leaving the earth, and that she needed a lot of care towards the end of life. Because she's bringing connection into a male in your life, and she's also bringing connection into children. I almost feel like the closeness of it feels like it would be your mom. That's how close it feels. But I don't think your mom has passed. Okay. Can you confirm for me, how did CJ's mom pass?
She, oh my God. What? Why? Not emphysema, COPD. I'm sorry. I don't know where that went. COPD.
I kept getting a pain right here, and I almost said something, and I was like, let her talk, let her talk. I should have said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, so yes, this would be CJ's mom. How come you always get people who are not yours coming through?
I don't know. She always had a lot to say.
Are you two really close? I feel like I get a sense of closeness between the two of you.
She was my mother figure for
Mm,
from like the time that I met her. Yeah.
that's the
Aside
best.
from my grandma. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she tried to be.
I like her. I like her personality. She's like, well, hold on. We got along. I have this affinity for Alicia, and especially for my grandchildren. But Alicia could be really stubborn, and I almost get this feeling of like you guys might butt heads.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, we did.
yeah, yeah. But it makes me feel like that was part of the
Out of
relationship.
love.
That was the give and take of our relationship, and that's she goes, that's how we knew we were so comfortable with one another, that we could have those fights or those arguments or those disagreements, but we always came back together and loved each other. And she's like, I feel so blessed that my son gets to share a relationship with this woman. She just said, she goes, Alicia is the vessel of love. Alicia is a vessel of love. And then she shows
Mhm.
me this heart and the energy from that heart space, very gently touching the people in your life, especially your children and your husband. You're responsible for helping CJ open up his heart. You're responsible for his heart opening because you kind of came in with an open heart already as it was, and you've grown so much. But because of your ability to love the way that you love, it helped open up the heart, open up his heart as well so he could receive. I don't know if he had a hard time receiving love or a hard time with affection, or I feel like his heart gets a little bit closed off, and you kind of came in there and you were like, rip it open, but in a good way. And she's thankful for that. She wants to acknowledge that for you. Is there, okay, well, we've got Easter coming up. I feel like she wants to talk about the upcoming holiday. She makes me feel like you guys used to do something together. You guys used to gather together. And I can't remember when you said that she passed, but she makes me feel like she's sad she's going to miss it. Kind, we don't really ever miss it, but she wants you to know that she's going to be there. And I feel like this is going to be hard on the family when it comes to holidays, the whole family.
So Easter this year is CJ's birthday.
Oh,
And it'll be the first Easter like without both of them. So it
mom is,
makes sense why that would get brought up.
yeah. And she wants you guys to know that she is going to be there. But I feel the sorrow coming with it because she will be there. She will feel that energy. But I feel like CJ won't. He won't be able to feel it the same way, which is where you come in because you will be able to feel it the same way. Um, she makes me feel like you are her direct contact. So I don't know if you feel like you've been able to talk to her lately. I kind of get the
Mm-mm.
shaking head of no. Oh,
No.
okay. But
That's so funny that you said that.
I wonder if this upcoming holiday that'll change a little bit for you, if you will really feel her presence there. She does want you to let CJ know how much she misses him and how much she loves him, and just to remind him of her presence there and tell him how proud I am of him. She says, I see the growth in him too. Just as much as you have grown, he has grown too. He's not that far behind. He's just growing in a different way.
Mhm.
He's growing at his own pace, but he's growing at a
But
pace that
it's
is
a pace.
it's a pace.
Yeah, I'll take
What
it.
we get. Is there anything that you want to know or any questions that you have?
So I do wonder about, so my adopted dad, he recently died. Yeah,
And what was his name?
Jim.
I don't know. When I'm trying to connect with his energy, I feel very dizzy. I feel something going on up here. Did he have something of the head, maybe dementia, Alzheimer's, or
Towards the end, yeah, he only had 12% of his heart that was working. So my mom said that he, was forgetting a lot. So,
okay. Yeah. It feels very uncomfortable up here. So him making reference to that, showing that, validating that this is him. I feel like his body went through a lot here in the physical world. Like I feel
mhm,
like physically, health wise, my body has been beat up and I need a lot of recovery time.
yeah,
Yeah. We don't carry over the suffering and the pain, but there's this like almost feels like an energetic imprint of the life that we lived. And if we had a lot of health issues or a lot of trauma, we have to go through that healing process on the other side. And I kind of feel like that's where he's at right now.
yeah.
Is there some tie with St. Patrick's Day in him? Was
I don't
he
know.
okay? Well, I just saw, and I keep hearing luck of the Irish. Do you know if he was Irish? Does he have Irish roots?
I am not 100% sure how much, but I do.
You do.
Very much so.
Okay.
That is interesting because that has definitely been a l- there's been a lot of stuff going on. I did a DNA test and I found out that I'm like 95% like roots, So, whew, yeah, I'm leprechaun.
So cool.
Yeah.
He's just, I don't know what his connection to this is. It might just be him acknowledging that he knows about this. I don't know if he would have known about that in life, but he's acknowledging that he knows it. But he's playing me Irish music. He's showing me like the hills of Ireland. The
So a friend and I are actually trying to start to plan a trip.
That is
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I just have full body goosebumps and excitement. I feel like he is so excited for that possibility. I feel like he must have had some sort of roots because he feels very close or maybe had an interest in that because it feels like a connection for him, but also acknowledging that connection for you and his excitement for you to be able to explore that. Yay.
Mhm.
Oh, it says you it's almost like peeling back more pieces of yourself. You're just revealing more of who you are. You're consistently discovering and rediscovering yourself. And he wants to commend you for that. Again, he's talking about your growth as well, how much you've grown. Yeah, he just wants to leave it there. He says, you have no idea what's in store for you on the other side of this growth. And you've never known. And it's almost like you haven't really given a shit. Like, I don't really care what's on the other side of this tangibly or materialistically. I just feel so drawn to doing this thing. And I feel so driven and pushed by my passion and my interest. And that's what's catalyzing you forward so quickly is because you don't have expectation. You're just like, I'm interested in this thing and I need to go dive in. And you dive and you explore and you heal a piece of yourself with each new discovery that you've had. And then it opens up more of who you truly are, which is opening up more of your gifts. And they're showing me all the different aspects of your gifts that you're going to one day combine together in some sort of unique way and use that to heal others. And I don't know if there's a doubt that you're going to use this to heal others, but he wants to make sure that you know for certain that this really is going to be a career for you. This is your path. All that makes sense to you?
Yeah.